So based on all the information we have between upcoming episode summaries and the information dropped in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super, I wanted to talk about Zamasu and Black, their identity, their goals, and kind of a couple comparisons as well against some pretty major characters. Now, based on everything we've heard, especially from the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super, one of Black's goals is basically he wants to eradicate humans. He feels as that's one of the main things that the gods have fucked up on, and he's gonna take care of it. And they kind of, in a way, he seems bitter towards the gods for not getting this job done. So whatever the case may be, he has a grudge against humans. He doesn't like them, and he feels as though the gods fucked up, so he's taking this into his own hands. Now, some of the upcoming episode summaries, which if you don't want to know about this, then you might want to, spoiler alert. At some given point, this guy Zamasu is going to be introduced, and we're going to get to learn a little bit more about him, and seemingly him and Black exactly have the same key, just like described in this episode with Beerus and Whis, where they said, like, they felt this energy before, they felt this key before somewhere, and Zamasu and him have the same key. So it seems as though, because Zamasu also is a Kaioshin, he's an apprentice Kaioshin from Universe 10, it automatically makes me think, okay, so this guy, Black and Zamasu, whether they're the same person, whether he's controlling a dead Goku body, whatever the case may be, they're not that strong, you gotta think, because if Super Saiyan 1 Goku was kind of handling Black, and if Goku would have went full out, he would have annihilated Black, and Zamasu is potentially using Black, or is Black, then that means that Zamasu is not all that. And if he's an apprentice Kaioshin for Universe 10, it's kind of in a way, to a certain degree, a little bit disappointing, because you would think like, yo, I want to see the main motherfucker of Universe 10, the main god, I want him to be the villain, and that still very well could happen. Maybe he could ultimately agree with Zamasu or Black's goals and shit like that, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it seems as though Zamasu is going and doing all this based off his own ideals and going against the gods doing so. Which again, in turn, if he is just an apprentice Kaioshin, not only are they going to look at him like, what the fuck do you think you're doing, they're probably going to destroy him depending on what god is in Universe 10. If it's not a god of destruction, if it's a god of healing, he might not do anything to him. So it's kind of like questionable what's going to happen. Is Beerus and Whis going to have to take this into their own hands? But basically, it seems as though we have to find out what is his reasoning for wanting them dead. Why does he feel that the humans are failures? Is there a backstory behind Zamasu or Black wanting to eradicate these people? Is there something more to it? Did he lose a loved one? So there's definitely something there that is a key pivotal point as to why Zamasu is doing all this. Or he could be under direct orders of the actual god of Universe 10, so that's something we got to find out as well. But bottom line, one of the things that kind of spurred this on was, initially, before I got all this information, I was kind of curious if Zamasu was actually going to be like the god of actually, Universe 10, but obviously he's not. But people were like, well, okay, if he was a god of Universe 10, would he be on Beerus's level? Let's make it clear, he is far from that, okay? Like, Zamasu and Black, unfortunately, seemingly are weak for big baddies, for big villains and shit like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were enough to wreck Trunks in the future, but then again, Trunks at this particular point is already weak, because we've gone far above and beyond what Trunks is right now. We went Super Saiyan 3, we went Super Saiyan fucking God, Super Saiyan Blue, all this shit, so we surpassed that. So in a way, yeah, I think one of the big things from this discussion as well is that Zamasu and Black are weak, but using Goku's body, I think, is why Zamasu feels as though he can extract his revenge, because maybe he found out about the Saiyans and how they could continue to get stronger, and that's probably what's going on right here. He's trying to use Goku's body because he can get stronger, and ultimately, naturally, he's not that strong. I mean, if you look at the Supreme Kai in our world, fucking he's not that strong at all. He wasn't able to even really take out Babidi and shit like that. So yeah, these Kaioshin aren't really that strong, and that's probably why he went and either revived Goku's body, got it from another timeline, and did some Ginyu shit. He probably has some Ginyu type powers or whatever, or it's a whole different person in general. Maybe he's just controlling it like a puppet, something along the lines of that, and he's going off trying to kill humans against the orders of the gods. So I feel as though that's everything that we know right now about Zamasu and Black, their connection, their goals, and everything. Let me know what you guys think, though. First of all, biggest question, do you guys think that this confirms that Black and Zamasu are pretty much weak? I mean, using Goku's body, yes, they can be very formidable, but as of right now, up until we see maybe Black has a Super Saiyan transformation or a Super Saiyan Blue transformation, do you think they're pretty much just weak and there just trying to extract revenge using any means they can get their hands on. And what do you think is going to happen regarding the God of Universe 10? Are we going to actually be able to see him? Is he going to have some sort of role in all this? I mean, if Beerus is going to show up, it's safe to say that the God of Universe 10 is going to show up. And I mean, maybe he might feel disrespected by Beerus, and that's how he'll become an enemy as well, because it would kind of be shitty if Zamasu and Black are really just weak and they're the main villains of all this, when in fact, like, Goku can flatten them and Vegeta can flatten them in no time at all. I mean, Black might be a lot stronger now after that encounter with Goku, but he still only got his ass kicked by a Goku Super Saiyan 2 at max. So yeah, overall thoughts of this discussion. I just felt like laying out everything we know up until right now regarding Black and Zamasu and their main goals and connections and everything to do with this future Trunks Dragon Ball Super story. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.